The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Alrighty, welcome to episode of Big YAC Podcast. This is Mike Pareto, and again, we have Nico, we have Sean, and we have Taj. Taj and Sean are coming back, for this episode, and we got a lot to talk about. We're going to do a recap of this past week of preseason. We're going to do a live mock draft, and then we're going to just give a little preview of this upcoming week of the preseason. But let's just talk, how's everybody doing? What's new with you guys since the last time you were on?
Same old, same. I've been enjoying my summer. It's been a lot of different things, going to weddings, parties, just having time, just enjoying your family, Summertime is a great time to, do a lot of different things. So, damn, that was loud. It's a lot of, you can just do a lot of different things, but it's been a great summer so far.
Yeah, I think my wife and I have hung out with Nico's mom more than Nico's hung out with his mom this summer. So,
you might be right on that.
I've been doing a lot of that.
May I add, you guys are a great time.
Yeah, we tend to have a good time. But yeah, just doing the dad thing, and then getting ready for the season, for my hockey season this year, and just trying to get focused on that. That's been pretty crazy. But
wait, you play hockey?
I coach it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're playing University of Georgia on October 2nd. So we've been really gearing up for that, doing a lot of things to get ready for that. But other than that, just seeing Nico go to Washington. I live, like I said before, I live vicariously through Nico. So
I do too. And I'm
I
only
just
25.
watch Nico do things. Like I saw him in Washington, and I was like, man, I haven't been to Washington in like 8 years. So I texted him. I was like,
hit these bars.
Hit these bars up for me. Did you go to any?
No, it was like our second to last night, so it was like we didn't have much time to do anything else.
Those are crazy bars in DC because you actually have to go they're like hideaway doors. Like they don't even advertise them. You just push through a door and you're like in a bar.
Oh, it's not like
some of them are
sign.
they're like in delis or in libraries. Like you walk through the library and then you push
weird.
through it. There's one in a laundromat. It's wild, bro. It's crazy.
Just read books while you're just drinking.
But no, it looks like it's a library. You walk through, you pull a book. It's like one of those secret doors.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Speaky.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
This past week we had the first real week of preseason. Were you guys able to watch it at all?
Of course.
Yeah, I was able to watch my team.
We had the Bills on as well. Did you watch the Bills game at all? Right?
Yes, sir. Punt Gowd.
Gowd.
At Ariza. Oh my goodness! Cranked a 82-yard air distance punt.
You guys and your Bills. Oh my gosh.
Listen, it's preseason. What else are we gonna?
True. I mean, Bills fans have a tendency to make when something happens, it's a big thing in anything. But don't get me wrong.
82-yard punt.
82 yards is crazy.
The 82-yard punt is impressive, but I will say that the thing that I thought was most impressive of the game was just how every single rookie came in and impressed. I think that was one of the first Bills preseason games I ever watched where I was like, oh, I really want to watch Shakir. Oh, I want to watch Elam. Oh, I want to watch Benford. Oh, I want... even to the point of our rookie punter came in, our rookie undrafted running back, Blackshear. He even came in and looked pretty solid. He played through injury, too. So that was something that impressed me. I've never seen, every single rookie kind of do something that we're like, whoa, all right, I like that. So
They got some sort of game in them.
Yeah, exactly.
A little dog.
Little dog.
I thought Isaiah Hodgins looked pretty good for the Bills as well, the second or third or fourth year already. I think he's already a couple of years in, Hodgins.
Yeah, he's been injured 2 years in a row.
Yeah. So he had a couple of good catches. I think he was like 5 for 95 or something like that. He looked really good. Elam and Benford, great. I thought Spector looked good too. The 7th-round pick linebacker out of Clemson.
And he was fringe to make the Bills roster too.
I think he's going to make it. I think a lot of these guys are going to make it over the guys who are the special teamers that McDermott really loves. Because why would you keep a Tywan Jones if you could keep Spector? I mean, I'm keeping Spector, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was just like the way I watched him play the other day was just like he just played so physically sound. Like he didn't like think about it. Like he didn't hesitate. There was no hesitation. He had like a fast twitch. He was just everywhere.
And when you're when you are a fringe roster player like that, I mean, you have to make those moves. You have to just be instinct. You have to full send it.
What's most impressive is these guys were playing the Colts starters for a while. Like these defensive
into the first second quarter.
Elam was playing Michael Pittman for at least a few drives there.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Paris Campbell was out, and Benford was on him, and he had that huge 4th down stop where he locked him up. I mean, he locked him up, and that was something where you're like, okay, you guys are playing your starters. We're playing our second team, moving into our third team by the second quarter already. You didn't even move into your second team yet. I didn't understand how the Colts went about all that. It was very weird.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to get. Well, I understand the Matt Ryan ideal, like them coming around, like and having him
First year.
Yeah, first year in Indianapolis. I mean, obviously he's been in the NFL for a long time, but he hasn't been with his new team for that long.
You got to establish chemistry. It's needed.
I understand that, but like to have guys like Quentin Nelson out there, have a guy like a DeForest Buckner out there, I don't know. I thought they left them out there for a little too long.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, usually like the first week is not like anything significant. It's 1 or 2 drives, that's it, and then we're out of here.
I mean, why play Allen?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But then usually by week 3 we're getting at least 3 or 4 drives, and then we know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So week 1 was like, I was like, yeah, that is a little longer than normal, but.
And that's what Frank Reich, I mean, he came from somewhere else, and everybody loves him as a coach, but I know that a couple people do question, like, his decision-making at times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that's one thing that Frank Reich has constantly had questions on is, like, why are you doing these certain player management, roster management? So maybe it's just another link in the road.
Right. Any other notable things you guys saw from this past week, or you guys want to get right into this mock draft?
Oh, let me just say one thing. Here's my crazy take from what I saw this week. I watched the San Francisco Green Bay game. Did you guys anybody else?
I caught a couple.
If you watch the end of the game, the Iowa State, I think he's Illinois or Iowa, Brock Purdy, the 3rd-string quarterback for San Francisco, can absolutely ball out of his mind. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody would trades for him to get him that has a quarterback injury. That's how impressed I was.
What year is he in?
I'm pretty sure he's a rookie.
Okay.
He came into that game and was like throwing on the run, throwing crossbody, like he was doing things where I was like, this dude's a 3rd stringer. I mean, and they played Trey Lance, and Lance was really impressive.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Jimmy G was in the stadium. I didn't even see him. He didn't play.
He's already on a flight up to New York.
So
yeah, I think they're
this Brock Purdy kid, I wouldn't be shocked if he's not the backup for Trey Lance or somebody goes out to find him, because man, that was impressive how he played.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, he was, I think, Washington or Iowa State.
Yeah,
I want to say.
He was Iowa. They said.
Yeah, I think it was Iowa State that he came.
And he was like a 2 or 3 year starter there. He was, I mean, he looked polished. So good for that kid, man.
Yeah. I thought Malik Willis looked good. A couple of the rookies, definitely look good around the NFL. It's unfortunate that dog Zach Wilson, he got hurt. But they said it's not going to be too bad. It's just like a bone bruise and a small meniscus tear.
Yeah.
But what are we looking about? Like how long are we talking?
I thought it was 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
full recovery.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. They said if it doesn't look too bad, he's getting a second opinion on it. I think today or tomorrow.
Probably at a month.
Oh, so the Jets are making the playoffs if he. Also, the Jets are
Heard
making
that.
the playoffs if he comes back. That's what you're saying?
No.
The
No,
Jets
so-
are making
so-
the playoffs.
so it doesn't
We're
matter.
talking
Got it.
crazy out here. We're
So,
talking
so it
crazy.
doesn't matter. Got it.
Let's get into this. Let's get into this mock draft,
All
man.
right, so we are doing a 12-man mock draft. There's 4 of us here, and we have one more remote drafter, good friend Chris. Shout out Chris and Gursky.
Shout out.
He's our
Yeah,
commissioner
Wegmans,
in
baby.
one of our other leagues.
I don't know you,
So
but I appreciate you. So.
He's coming in. He's gonna draft too. So we have to talk it out a little bit. I have the mock draft set up. So I also have a randomizer.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go right down the line.
Yeah, let's do
starting
it.
with Sean.
Oh, I'm first?
Sean, I'm putting you at pick 9.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go into draft settings, and I'm just gonna manually place your pick.
Thank you.
So,
I don't know if people know, but you're appreciated, Nico. I mean,
oh, thank you.
I love you, Nico. I love you.
give it up
I
for
love
the
you
big
all.
yak.
Give it up for the big
Good
guy.
job.
Yeah.
man.
What is this? What week is this?
This is 7, I think.
7, 8.
I want to say it's 7 or 8. I want to say it might be 8. I think it's 8 now.
Hey, it's not easy to be consistent. So
It's hard. You know, you had your brother on recently, so that must have been a fun time. Shout out Tony Barretto. by
Tony,
the way.
man, I flamed him a little bit last episode. It was pretty funny because we got a couple Bills fans here, but he said Isaiah McKenzie rounds 4 to 7, like in a draft,
Yeah,
and I was like,
4?
that's something.
That's
No.
that is
crazy.
something Tony would say though.
I was like, no. I was like, I wouldn't mind having him on like my bench here and there, but like as a
Hey, Brain, talk to your boy Tony, man. All right, talk to your boy
What is
Tony.
he like the 4th option as far as like wide receiver goes?
he's gonna be our number 3 this year.
Cole Crowder is 4. No?
Crowder right now is 4,
I wouldn't be
but
surprised if Crowder gets cut.
that too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
Isaiah
think
McKenzie,
I think Shakir is your
matchup.
4.
Odell's on the way.
I think so
I
too.
hope so.
But Isaiah Hodgins and Shakir look really good, so I think we're in a really good spot.
I like Isaiah McKenzie. I liked him 2 years ago. I thought you guys didn't give him enough love, honestly.
I think everybody didn't like McKenzie for a while due to his Broncos history. Like, right? That's why he came to the Bills originally, because of his fumble and injury history when he played for the Broncos. So he had to, like, earn all that back.
He's earned his keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
He was just a return man with Denver, I'm pretty sure.
Did he fumble at the Super Bowl, maybe?
He might have. I'm not too sure.
He had a bad fumble for Denver.
Yeah. I think that made him get a cut the next year.
Yeah.
Crucial time.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Mike at pick 5,
Okay.
me at pick 6, Chris at pick 8, Sean at pick 9, and Taj, your pick 12.
I knew it.
Ooh.
I knew it was going to be like
So the rest of the spots are just going to be computer randomized. However, Sleeper picks
First
them.
4 picks, CPU is going to be very
Sometimes
interesting.
I don't
Yes.
necessarily like sometimes these mock drafts on Sleeper because I notice like
They'll have some crazy picks.
yeah like
Rule.
quarterbacks be going like
Like Justin Jefferson will be first off the board, and it's like, why didn't you take Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
But I get it. So I'm gonna hit start on mock draft. There's gonna be 5 minutes to pick.
Ooh.
Henry, McCaffrey, Taylor, Eckler. Yeah, Taylor. CPU didn't take Taylor first this time.
And Derrick Henry went first overall. Christian McCaffrey too. Jonathan Taylor.
I mean, we talked about it before, like what our top 5 like picks or running backs were, and Christian McCaffrey didn't make the top 5 for us. But I mean, as we said before, when he's healthy, he is the best player in fantasy.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
it's all right. Well, here I am at 5. Let's take a look at this. I mean, you got Kupp, you got Jefferson, you got Cook, you got Chase, and you got Najee. That's who I'm looking at. Ooh.
I think you just can't go wrong with, honestly, like you just can't go wrong with the first guy.
You know
I know
what?
he's coming off injury, but I mean that guy is just a baller.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh man,
He would have picked
you're
Josh
gonna do
Allen.
Jefferson, I bet.
But
Jay
Jeff-
Jettas.
Yes,
Jay Jettas.
Taj is unhappy.
No, I mean,
Got your boy some love though.
I don't know
Got
if
your
you.
boy some love.
I don't know if you watch my my episode. I don't pick Vikings players.
I don't pick Bills players really either in my fantasy.
Yeah, I'm like, rather not. It takes
Justin
the-
Jefferson at
it-
pick 5. Go ahead.
Sometimes I feel like, especially if like somebody's playing with like against like I need my team to score and something like that,
Right.
or like somebody playing against my team, or on the vice versa, like if say like I'm playing somebody from Chicago, and then they're playing a my Vikings team.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, like I'd rather just lose in fantasy.
Right.
before-
Every time. I would rather lose in fantasy, but I also try never to play a team that. I never try to play any player that is playing the Bills, unless it's a quarterback and I can't switch him out. But like any other player, I don't play, even if it's like a top guy for my team, because I don't want to cheer against my team.
Yeah.
I'll lose in fantasy. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't like
Every
that.
time. So I'm up at pick 6. I have Cooper Kupp, Delvin Cook, Jamar Chase, and Najee Harris kind of sitting up here. There's only one player that's really sticking out to me here for pick 6 specifically. I need a running back. I'm going Delvin Cook.
I know it.
Dalvin Cook, Vikings back to back.
And then Cup goes right after.
The
Kupp
CPU
goes
goes
right
Cup at the 7th pick.
So now we have Chris's pick. Delvin Cook, I mean, you can't go wrong with him in fantasy for some. He's one of those safe hero running backs that you
Jamar
can rely
Chase
on.
is off the
Jamar
board.
Chase is gone, and I already have mine decided, but it's a little crazy. But I
I
really,
have a feeling I know who he's going to pick.
I don't know if I want to, but man, it's just staring at me.
We also have 5 minutes per pick as well, just because we have a guy who is not with us right now picking. So that's why, we're talking a little bit and explaining the pick. So if you're sitting here wondering, oh, why do they have so much time? We got 5 minutes. So.
Devontae, I think, can go off.
It's
Devontae Adams.
oh, okay.
Derek Carr slings it.
He
throws
slings
the
it.
ball so much. We were talking about this last week, where he's, you don't see him on top 10 quarterback lists, but I mean, he's throwing 4,000 yards a season.
4,000.
So he
When-
gives his receivers a chance.
Devontae was even better when he had those underneath receivers that Rodgers could dink off to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of started moving away from those guys, and that's when Aaron and Devontae started getting more and more unhappy, it seemed like. Now the Raiders, they do have Renfro, they have Waller, they have him, they have Josh Jacobs, and then they have, isn't Drake their backup? Kenyon Drake's their backup, so you got to throw, a running back to throw to.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think Devontae could come in and just absolutely light it up, but I guess that's what the Dolphins say about Tyreek Hill too, but we all know that's not going to happen, so it doesn't really matter. You know what? I'm just going to change my mind on everything I just said, and I'm just going to go Najee because he's going to get the ball all the time. So I'm going to go Najee.
You remember what I said past draft? Like when my last time here, I was like, Najee Harris is going to be that dude. I think he's going to be top 3.
You got Mixon and Devontae Adams off the board, picks 10 and 11 or CPU.
So this is always so hard.
Mixon's an interesting pick there.
Because like sometimes I really want I'm usually a running back first type of guy, and obviously I got 2 back-to-back picks on 12.
That's the thing that sucks about when you're in a 12-man league and you're at the back end of the draft. It's like most of the good running backs are already picked over, so you got to decide you reach on a running back or you just settle for a guy like Kelsey or Diggs or any other receivers.
But in my opinion, though, wouldn't we all think that now that we know what's going to happen to the Browns, Watson's going to get suspended. They're going to have a backup in. Who that is, none of us know yet. But
I feel like now we have such an abundance of wide receivers now. I don't know if I'm tripping, but I was looking at some of the wide receivers were, because I just did a mock earlier this year, and I'm like, wow, some people are so low. Like I was looking at Michael Thomas, and I'm like, I think he can still be a good player, especially with having Jameis Winston.
He's been having a really great bounce back camp.
Yeah, we're talking about Jameis Winston here.
dude, you got Debo at 22 down here. You have Debo at 22. I mean,
it's hard. It's really hard.
I don't know.
All right, so
I
You
think
got back-to-back picks here as
I
well.
think Nick Chubb is going to be just beaten down in carries. He's going to get so many because.
does Kareem Hunt does he leave before?
And if Kareem Hunt leaves, it's even more so.
Exactly. So it's now you're banking on somebody necessarily leaving the team, but
I thought Kareem Hunt said he is not playing for the Browns. He will not suit up another game. That's what I thought I read 2 days ago. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna pick somebody I always like. I like having in fantasy, but I mean, obviously I'm a Vikings fan, so you're like, why would you pick this guy? I'm picking Aaron Jones.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah, that's a fair choice.
Aaron
I mean,
Jones is a solid first-round pick.
it's a fair pick, yeah.
Especially in a 12-man league,
You're
it's
going back-to-back, too. Yep.
What we
So
doing,
Aaron
Taj?
Kelsey at
Jones.
12.
What we doing, Taj? Come on, Taj.
I'm picking. I call him a wide receiver, but he's not. Travis Kelce.
Wow, a tight end.
Jones and Kelce.
second round.
Travis Kelce is the only
He's a wide
tight
receiver.
end that
Diggs?
could be taken in the first round.
He is a
Yeah,
wide receiver.
I mean, I saw Gronk in his heyday get picked 5th overall.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he
Fantasy.
picks up the numbers too.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Diggs and Swift got picked.
I guarantee Josh Allen he did not survive this round.
Probably not.
Somebody's gonna pick up Josh Allen. If it's not him, it's gonna be
It
Nico.
might be this.
Sean is on the clock.
I've been staring at him, but man, it's so hard to justify it. You got Chubb,
No,
Debo.
wait, hold up. Actually, I remember what you said last episode.
I know. But I guess it's more of how you want to set up your team. If you want those dominant running backs, but if you want,
I mean, he is a running back.
that boy can do anything.
It's
To be
Bill's best
fair.
back right now.
He could be a wide receiver too if he wanted to. Like, he gonna do some like Marcus Mariota stuff this season.
I feel like Taj
We'll
is
see.
talking me into it,
Taj is a master persuader.
but man,
I mean, I persuade you guys to come to Taj for haircuts. Feeling like
You did. I'm blessed to have done it.
I'm telling you right now, if a computer takes Josh Allen, I'm gonna be mad.
Oh, it is.
One of
computer
us
will
better
take
do
He's not.
Josh
He's
Allen.
not making this. He's not making this.
All
round.
right. But yeah, I think I gotta go Nick Chubb. He's not injured, right?
Yeah, he's poking out to me on that draft board.
Yeah, I think I gotta take him. Like you can't
At
not
2-4.
take him. You can't not.
There you go. Chubb at 2-4. Let's go, Chris. Josh Allen.
Did I just tell you? Did I not tell you? He wasn't making passes.
He was sitting
my
there
God.
waiting on it.
He did that in 2.5 seconds.
Josh Allen went, and then C.D. Lamb. Chris is going with the no RB strategy here. His first round pick was
How do
Jamar
we-
Chase, second
How do
round
we
pick
feel
Josh
about
Allen.
C.D. Lamb being the
Did
primary
you
target now?
see his catch at camp? He
CD?
I like CD.
over Diggs. He made one of the most ridiculous catches I've ever seen. Spinning 360 over Diggs, back corner of the end zone preseason.
Okay.
He's wide receiver
Unreal.
1 now
Yeah,
because Cooper's gone,
Exactly.
and then Michael Gallup is also hurt. So
Yeah.
so he's
gonna be. Do you think he's gonna be
It's
a
like
monster
him
this
and
year?
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, and I was about to say Dalton Schultz is gonna have.
it's gonna be him, Schultz, and then another I think there's a rookie that they like. I forget what his name is.
Is Tony Pollard still there?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Jalen
their
Tolbert.
backup?
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert. He's probably going to be like wide receiver 2 or 3 when until Gallup
So
goes
we
back.
think that's why C.D. Lamb don't rank so high. I personally always like C.D. Lamb. Even in his rookie season. So I think it's gonna be.
And Dak be he'd be slinging that
He'd be
thing.
slinging.
He'd be slinging that
Be
thing.
slinging.
So here I am at pick 2-7. I'm kind of in a pinch here. I don't know what I want to do. I have Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Mark Andrews, Deebo Samuel, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, all looking at me.
Yeah, I think
And
I know
this
what
is
you.
right around the fair pick for any of those players.
I think I know
Don't do Kamara.
I think I know what he's
Kamara
gonna do.
might be suspended. from
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I think I know what he's going with. He's got to take a chance.
Oh wait, it says unlikely to be suspended 9 hours
Really?
ago.
That's
yeah,
news.
9 hours ago.
I think he's going to go.
I mean, I know where I would go.
He's going to go with Saquon Barkley.
No, don't you dare do that. Don't you dare do
He's
that.
been looking good, really good, by the way, in his camp.
Saquon Barkley's been looking like a beast.
He's looking like he's.
Debo Samuel should be the only name you're looking at.
I was looking at Deebo Samuel quite a bit here.
If
In
we're,
that
talking,
mid
if we're talking
second
PPR,
round,
if we're talking PPR, he's
this is PPR. I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to be all over the place. Yeah, Deebo Samuel is definitely going to be my pick.
And
2-7.
Sleeper lets you, I believe, with Debo. I'm not sure yet, but because my fantasy league also uses Sleeper,
listed as running back.
they
right?
list him as a running back WR, so you can play him in either position.
that is not
And
fair.
then
I think
you
they
can
took
list
it away this season.
They
did
may
it
have.
last season. I think they
that
took
is
it
not
out this season.
fair.
But then so think about it, you can have Debo at your running back, wide receiver, or flex.
That's not fair.
That's crazy.
That's not
And
fair.
you know,
So
when I'm
can
making
you-
these picks and I'm trying to determine like who I'm gonna land on, I'm looking at the flex. Whoever's gonna give me more flex points because you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
put them anywhere.
Yeah, who can you do the same thing for like Patterson on Atlanta?
At one point, you could.
Okay.
Patterson
Yeah. He was listed as
towards the
running
end of
back.
last season. You could do running back or wide receiver.
Okay.
Here
mean,
I am.
I would never make him wide receiver.
I'm at 2-8. Kamara, Hill. We basically all you just named. I mean, Alvin Kamara staring at me at 2-8. And he unlikely to be suspended.
Do you want to cheer for a Dolphins player? That's the question.
I
that
just
none of
went.
us want to
I
answer.
mean,
I mean, I would never get a Dolphins running back. That would
Rifling off the picks that
Never.
just went. So we went Mark Andrews, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Mike Evans, Javonte
Ooh.
Williams, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Leonard Fournette.
Mike
all
Evans
off the
over
board.
Tyreek Hill is very interesting.
That's actually a fair place for Patrick Mahomes too. I would say.
Top
Yeah.
of 3.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Here I am now again, 3-5. I got Keenan Allen, Kyle Pitts, Zeke, Connor, Higgins, Herbert. Ooh, I don't know here.
What do you pick? Like, because I feel like when I'm looking at this, I feel like McLaurin is a wide receiver 1. T. Higgins is a 2 and or 3 because I don't. Well, do you say?
T. Higgins, Joe Burrow's going to launch the ball so much. That offense
Yeah,
is so potent.
they almost all of them almost had 1,000 yards, right?
Yeah, Jamar Chase got a lot of hype.
Yeah.
And rightfully so this past season. So I feel like he's going to get doubled a lot, which opens up a lot of
For
opportunities
Higgins,
for T. Higgins.
I'm
I don't know
You
if
see
I
what T. Higgins said
necessarily
on the pivot? He was like, they can't double all of us.
Yeah, and that's exactly where T. Higgins is getting.
I'm gonna
drafted.
go with a little bit of a surprising pick here.
Change
I don't
things
know.
up.
I don't know if you guys find this surprising or not. You might. I'm gonna go Arizona running back
I know.
James Conner.
I'm going to tell you what, Mike, you stole my pick.
Let's go. Because I had Keenan Allen there. Like, you see, I like Keenan Allen. I don't know, man. I had Zeke there too, but Zeke scares me. Zeke definitely scares me.
Last year, James
Conner
Conner was a touchdown machine.
And that's the thing. James Conner be scoring all them touchdowns.
15
man.
touchdowns last year.
That's what you can't.
How many
pass
games
that
did he
up.
play?
How many yards?
15 games.
Played 15 games.
15 touchdowns.
So averaging a touchdown a game.
752 yards.
752 yards rushing.
Receiving how much?
Yeah, he's not a receiving running back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he is that goal line hog.
Who are the running backs in Arizona right now?
Connor
Edmonds went to.
Edmonds is gone.
Yeah,
Edmonds
yeah.
is in Miami.
Yeah, he went to Miami. So I think it's.
Oh, it's I think Damian. No, he's Chicago.
No, Damian Pierce went to Houston.
I got it right here. Hold on.
Yeah,
Connor, Daryl Williams,
Darrell Williams. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Eno Benjamin. I just
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like I've been hearing
James
that
Conner
name,
is
Eno
hoarding
Benjamin.
all of those.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
It's a great pick.
The only
there,
thing
around
is,
three.
his
great value.
he has a problem with just health wise.
So I went running back round 1, wide receiver round 2. I have to go running back round 3, or else we're gonna get into that dead zone where nothing's really good.
Yeah, you might get. Just
I'm grabbing
slapped
Zeke.
in the face.
At
Wait,
3-6.
DeAndre Hopkins is suspended? I
For 6
forgot about
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 games.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, and they're he'll end up being like freaking. Isn't he kind of low on wide receiver?
We have Kyle Pitts just went to the CPU at 3-7. Just the second tight end off the board.
Keenan Allen.
Chris just went with Keenan Allen at pick 3-8.
Okay.
All right, Sean.
So we are now 3 rounds in, and Chris has not grabbed a running back.
He is now the no running back strategy.
I'm scared of him.
Sean has Najee Harris and Nick Chubb already.
We're just
Which-
saying this now,
that's
Chris.
too
We're scared of
solid.
you.
Yeah, he's moving different.
Yeah, you move a little different. I like. I don't know if I could get with it, but it's bold. It's very
It's a
bold.
mock draft.
If you could
You
get
know.
away with 2 running backs at the end of this, then
You can have fun with a mock
Yeah.
draft.
I will tell you what, this pick here, if you look from 33 to 43 in the recommendation ranking, it's just a whole lot of like that's all I hear in my head right now. Like David Montgomery, but Justin Fields. Akers, but he doesn't want to play that much. Kittle, but is Trey Lance going to be that guy?
no.
I think T. Higgins, honestly, I'm looking at Justin Herbert because, man, the Chargers look good. But I don't want to pick a quarterback right now. But if I don't, by the time we start picking quarterbacks, we're going to be picking Blake Bortles. Because of this computer pick.
Be honest with yourself. You think he's going to be Justin Herbert's going to be there in 8 picks?
No.
You don't think he's going to be here in 8 picks?
No. I think he's gone in the next 4 picks if I don't take him.
Okay.
If you really want him, man, I think
Those 4 picks is
you got to pull the
it's
trigger.
me, and I'm not picking Justin.
No,
But-
you're not.
But there is a lot of quarterbacks still out there.
Yeah.
A lot of good quarterbacks still out there.
Oh, yeah. We only have Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes off
Yeah.
the board.
You know what?
Still got Hurts. Still got a lot of good players.
Hurts is a solid pick.
not
here, but
Yeah,
down
Alright.
the line.
I'm just going to take the smart pick, the pick that I should want, and that's just T. Higgins. I can't say no to that.
Like we were talking
Oh,
about
there
just
goes
a few
Herbert.
minutes ago.
Montgomery and Herbert just went to the CPU in 10-11. You were right. Let's go, Taj. Next 2 picks.
I'm sorry, I was just looking at the player. So obviously, got a running back and a tight end. So
Taj went Aaron Jones and Travis
Go
Kelce.
George Kittle, back-to-back tight end picks.
Hoard all the tight ends.
I mean, people do that.
Hey, you gotta make trades, man. You gotta
Either
make
have
trades.
T.J. Hawkinson with the next one.
Dawson Knox to round it out.
All right, so I seen that his backup is hurt, and I already liked him last year before he got hurt in the preseason. So I think I'm gonna go with J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins.
Wow.
Okay.
Dobbins, all right.
That Baltimore running attack is going to be fierce, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I loved him last year before. Like, what? 2 of them got hurt at the same practice.
there was just a whole injured group
they
right
don't-
there.
They don't. Who do they have with their receivers this year?
Exactly. They have nobody.
Duvernay.
They have.
They have the rookie from last year. What's his name?
If I was Odell Beckham Jr., that is where I would be going.
See, I think nobody wants to play receiver there because people know things about Lamar that we don't know.
Bateman.
You think he's like a not good?
I think Lamar is special. I just don't think.
They have Mark Andrews too.
I don't think that Lamar totally reads the field yet. Like, I think his outside receivers are really by themselves
So
more
I
than
like.
that.
I got J.K. Dobbins, and I think I'm gonna go. I feel like it's a lot of room for wide receivers, especially when I look a little bit more down the ways. So I think I'm gonna end up going with Terry McLaurin. I like Scary Terry already.
Gary Terry. Cam Akers.
That's a
Travis
solid spot for him at
Terry.
4-1.
Yeah.
You got Terry
And then
McLaurin,
Travis
Cam Akers.
Etienne goes.
Etienne.
Cam Akers goes.
We're now looking at Kittle, Waller, Pittman, Deontay Johnson, Breece Hall, Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore.
4-4. Akers and Etienne are both gone.
Do you know George Kittle hasn't played a full season of football since 2018?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Do
know,
you
right?
know like San Fran's like their history of injury is like crazy. It's
Is-
so bad.
Is
Something in
Waller
there.
getting suspended? Somebody said Waller got in trouble recently.
I don't think he's getting suspended. The only thing with him in recent news, 3
He
days
got
ago,
injured.
he pulled his hamstring.
Sounds about right for Darren
Pulled his
Waller.
hamstring.
Only thing in news.
Alcohol withdrawal.
Wow. I heard that. I heard that, Taj. Wow. Darren Waller, if you're watching, we're sorry. Nah.
All right.
Darren Waller. If Darren Waller was listening to our podcast, that would be insane.
That'd be hilarious.
I didn't, Darren. I didn't mean that.
He starts tweeting
You're
out,
like
like-
6'6", freaking 2.
Somebody send this to Darren Waller, please. Just this clip.
Okay. Don't.
We'll add him on Twitter.
Man, it's like he's like 6'6", 240. Freaking. Nah, I'm good.
I can tell you right now, I got 6'6",
Judy.
255.
Judge Judy.
No.
That pick right there is for my buddy Ryan. Just so you know. Just
So you picked Jerry Jeudy over
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton.
yeah.
Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
I think he's a better.
I think it's a coin flip.
Cortland Sutton. I've been being preached to about how great he was year after year, and he's good, but I feel like Jerry Jeudy is more
I think he's a better
versatile,
receiver. Yeah.
better
Yeah, I
receiver.
think he's a better receiver.
And I also think Jerry Jeudy is the type of receiver that Russell Wilson likes to throw to,
Yeah.
compared to
that's fair.
Cortland Sutton.
I mean, yeah. If you think about, especially where he's coming from, like when I used to get like wide receivers from Seattle, like Lockett was like
Yeah.
a god. At some weeks, like you'd be like, what?
Jerry
Three
Jeudy could be that
touchdowns?
new Lockett type player where he
Exactly.
has solid games and then out of nowhere he bursts out for
Well, their
40
three
point
receivers
game.
this year are Cortland Sutton, Judy, and
And-
then Patrick, right?
But Patrick's tore his
Patrick's
ACL.
out
Yeah,
for
he
the
got
year.
hurt.
Oh, so who's their third? Is it Hamler
It
now?
might,
Is
it might be
KJ
Hamler.
Man.
So after Jerry Jeudy, Breece Hall and Michael Pittman left.
I just feel like Jerry Jeudy also
Chris got Pittman.
because he hasn't had a solid wide receiver since college. So
No, he hasn't.
So
He-
I think he's about to eat.
He got hurt last year too. Didn't Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy? They were both out for a lot
a
of
little
last year.
Cortland Sutton was out for the year.
Sutton, yeah, he was going good, I think.
Yeah,
And then, oh no, he was having a decent year, then he got hurt.
Judy played 10 games last year. I mean, and he only had 56 targets. I mean, wasn't Teddy the
And
It was
Teddy
Teddy,
got hurt.
Teddy Lock show.
yeah,
Do
not
you-
Drew Lock.
Do we feel as though like Williams deserves that first like a top spot? That just as far as just like Melvin Gordon, like what is he? How much?
Melvin Gordon's getting old. Javonte
So
Williams.
what do you feel like his
we
role
need to get
is?
rid of Melvin Gordon. It's the
I think
Javonte
so, too.
Williams show. He had an insane run. I don't know if you remember it from last year, but the run that he had where he was
Breaking
just
like 30
dragging
tackles?
guys.
Yeah, it was
across
like
the
8
field.
players. Yes.
Yeah. So it needs to be the Javonte Williams
Yeah.
show. And if Melvin Gordon wasn't in Denver, Javonte Williams would be a first-round pick.
What do we like?
10 times
What
out
do
of
we
10.
think about with because Russell Wilson's come into that situation? What do you think he's going to be doing? As far,
Russell Wilson,
what-
you talked about this.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson does not like to play his
running backs,
at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Out Penny and
It's the same
Chris
thing why I
Carter.
don't believe in James Conner as much, because I feel like Kyler's getting more control over the offense and he wants the ball more than giving it away. That's
Well, he needs to watch more footage.
required. Do your homework, Kyler.
So I have 2 tight ends sitting at pick 4-7 for me with Kittle and Waller. Now, the problem with tight ends this year is there's 5 or 6 good ones, and then it drops.
It's tier
So
1 is Kelsey, and then tier 2 is like the other 4.
You got Pitts, Andrews, Kittle, Waller, and I'm gonna go with the one with a better quarterback and say Darren Waller.
What did we say about
4-7.
Schultz? What did we put in Schultz? Schultz is what, tier 3?
I feel like Schultz, Knox, Fryermuth are all in that
In that
tier
tier.
3.
I like Dawson. I've always liked Dawson.
I
Knox.
love Dawson Knox, but there's too many weapons for him to be a
From a
Darren
fantasy
Waller, George
standpoint,
Kittle guy.
Dude,
He's
It's
not gonna get the target
I
share.
call
Yeah.
him. I call him Baller Knox.
You ready for this one?
Yeah, tell Baller Knox to catch the ball all the time.
You ready for this one? This is my pick. This is my pick at 4-8. I'm gonna go with Jalen Waddle.
I like that. He's
That's
been
a
going
great
under the
pick.
radar from.
That's a
you know,
great
He had a
pick.
fantastic last season.
He's
towards
gonna
the end
eat
of it.
this year. I hate complimenting
Second-year
Waddle.
receiver.
I hate it.
Tyreek Hill's gonna get all the attention. Jalen Waddle's gonna have a quietly great year.
Yeah.
Nico
Just
and
like-
our auntie Jamie tells me how great the Dolphins are going to be. You're wrong, Jamie, but I will say that Jalen Waddle is going to be so good this year. So everybody's going to pay attention to Tyreek. And what's his name? Gasecki would probably be in that Knox group,
I was
right?
about to say that. I
I'd
was
say
about to say
so.
So here we are. Jalen Waddle was taken by Mike. The computers all took DJ Moore, George Kittle, Deontay Johnson, DK Metcalf, Lamar Jackson's off the board, Antonio Gibson, Cortland Sutton, and Joe Burrow. They are all off the board.
We better start picking quarterbacks then.
I'm looking.
Start
I'm
picking
looking.
now.
I'm like, it's something. You know,
I told you we're all going to be drafting Blake Bortles and
I'm sweating now.
Joe Flacco.
Is he still the backup for the Jets?
He's the starter.
No.
He's starting for the
sorry.
Jets.
Starter for the Jets.
Hey, that's elite Joe Flacco. too.
Yo, I always say, like, when I see Joe Flacco, I'm like, don't forget Super Bowl MVP.
When Joe Flacco led the Ravens to that Super Bowl, when I think they beat the Broncos in that comeback game, when they were down like 14 points and he scored 21 right at the end to win the game, that was some of the most elite quarterback play I've ever seen.
the Super Bowl MVP, Joe Flacco.
I'm gonna skip a quarterback. I'm gonna go. This is also 2 flexes as well. Just put that out there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with Mike Williams.
That's a
LA
great pick.
Chargers.
It's the same idea with T. Higgins too, where it's like you have Keenan Allen, he's gonna get a lot of
Mike
attention.
Williams last year, he surprised me.
Through 6 weeks, I think he was like
surprise
it
me.
was like the all-time like
Yeah, I didn't. He
6-week run.
didn't surprise me because I was sitting there like, I always felt like he had the potential. I just feel like quarterback situation was.
He
like,
was overhyped for a while too. Like I remember every year I was like, "This is the year Mike Williams is going to be unbelievable. This is the year he's got everything." And then he would either slide down the depth chart because he would not catch the ball as much, or he'd get injured every year. Last year I think was the first year that he was a dependable. Like
He was solid.
Yeah.
he was solid in every way.
And last year, you would get him for like a 14th, 15th round pick.
Exactly.
He was a gamble.
Exactly. He's always kind of been in, there. Like it would be like the 5th receiver in your depth chart. Like
What was the crazy stat I wanted to tell you guys. Would you believe me if I just looked at it? Jerry Jeudy played 10 games last year, didn't have one touchdown.
well, I've seen that.
Yeah, he's bound to eat.
That's crazy. Not one? Oh,
Not
man.
one.
I did see that.
If I'm him,
It's like
I'm
when
like,
Julio Jones had a whole season without a touchdown.
what do you think?
but
Where
he
would
was
you rank
still, like,
Julio
what?
Jones right now that he's playing with terrific
I was
talent?
actually just because I just did a mock and like I got him like 15th pick.
I say the last
Really?
last 3 rounds I've been seeing him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put him higher?
Well, I mean, you have
Godwin
out there,
Evans.
Mike Evans,
Like, what does he play?
Leonard Fournette.
But
Like,
does
he's
he
not
come
playing-
in and just, you're like, this guy, when we get in 25 yards
Obviously-
and in,
Well, I mean, take a look
Obviously-
at what he did with the Titans.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much.
Like,
I mean, it's Ryan
obviously,
Tannehill.
obviously, like, yeah, also that.
Fair.
But like, where do you pitting him? Are you pitting him on the outside? Because Mike Evans is obviously playing
yeah,
outside.
I'm putting him on the other side, and then
then
I'm
you
putting Godwin
Godwin
on
on the inside?
the inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
They also brought in Russell Gage too from Atlanta,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I heard he got injured the other game in Miami when they played this past Saturday. So
Are you using Julio as a distraction, or
You know, it'd be an interesting place to put Julio at his age right now would be lining him up in like a tight end.
tight end? You're gonna say it.
Wouldn't you think that'd be cool though? Like,
it'd be
just-
cool.
Just
He has
seeing-
he has the frame for it.
Why couldn't he? Like, I mean, if you're just going off the ball, they know you're gonna run. They know you're gonna throw the ball. But I'm taking Julio over a safety.
Do you think he's gonna have like a? I was like thinking about it yesterday. I was like, you think he's gonna have like a Randy Moss esque?
Yes.
Like, like how he.
I think
when he
he's
came
gonna
to-
have a 1 to 2 year resurgence because I don't know. Tom Brady does that to guys. Like, who would have thought Leonard Fournette, Jaguars Leonard Fournette would go to Tampa and be that dude?
I mean, I honestly seen it coming. Just because when they dropped him, he did have like I think his best year since then. It was like I think some training camp situation. I
Yeah.
think like he got overweight or something like that.
Yeah.
But like he put up great numbers before that, and I wasn't surprised.
I guess the Jaguars like hold people down, right? So I think we talked about how nobody knows how good someone is when they play for the Jaguars.
What was he, 7th overall pick?
I think
He was a top 10 overall
He was a
pick,
top
yeah.
10 guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was unbelievable.
Dude, I'm like,
So
come
I'm
on.
sitting here at 5'6". I have Kyler Murray that's sitting out there. Quarterbacks are going, but I would rather take his pass catcher here in Marquise Brown.
Okay, Marquise Brown, Josh
Especially
Jacobs.
through 6 weeks. You don't have DeAndre Hopkins there. I mean, he's going to be wide receiver 1 for Arizona for the first 6 weeks, and you know what? He might win that job. We'll see how DeAndre Hopkins looks. I mean, he's gonna get his share, of course, but coming in 6 weeks, the chemistry's already built. That's gonna be a solid pick there.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs just went too. Yeah.
What wide receiver do you think is the best at creating separation?
Like creating separation, like a route technician.
Stephon Diggs,
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is definitely up there.
Cooper Kupp.
I think
Cup.
Adams is actually.
You know who's one of the best ever? Stevie Johnson.
Steve
Can't
Johnson
guard
is
me.
a very underrated route runner. I
He
will
was
say
one of
this.
the best route runners, man.
Could he catch?
Yeah.
No.
Sean-
He would have been one of the best receivers the Bills ever had if he could catch the ball. I'll tell you that for free.
Sean's on the clock. Chris just selected San Francisco running back Elijah Mitchell.
That's an
with
interesting pick.
5'8".
I'm scared of that for Elijah Mitchell's projection because we don't know how much running work that Deebo Samuel's
Yeah.
going to get.
Yeah. The problem
I'm doing it.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
I like it.
It's a different offensive coordinator too, because what's the guy, the Dolphins quarterback, coach name?
The new coach for the Dolphins?
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was their offensive coordinator. He was a very run oriented, coach. So I don't know if that necessarily they're going to stick with that same game plan now that they don't have him.
Yeah.
Picking Juju over Chris Godwin is pretty wild by me, I will admit that.
I was not all right.
Listen,
But I saw Juju in training camp with Pat Mahomes, and man, they look good.
He's wide receiver
Man,
one
they,
now.
They looked good. I mean, Kansas City's defense is trash, but still.
that
I
means
mean,
they're going to score a lot of points.
who's going to stop Pat Mahomes? He's still going to throw touchdowns. He's not going to not throw touchdowns.
Right.
They might not be
I
as
really
good.
like Juju
I
Smith-Schuster.
think it's gonna work for the best. Like I like their with Sky Moore. I like
Sky
him.
Moore.
I still think McCole Hardman is still a good player. I mean he's fast, so like it gives them a lot of open field when he's able to.
Patrick Mahomes said that McCole Hardman is taking over Tyreek Hill's role in the offense.
Oh, okay. So be fast and catch it when it's thrown to you. All right. It's a tough role.
Taj is on the clock here. Double picks. Smith-Schuster, Amari Cooper, and Godwin are gone. Who do you select, Taj? You have 2 picks.
Now you're looking at Kyler Murray.
Do my
Dalton
favorite.
Schultz, Allen
I just
Robinson,
want to.
TJ
What do
Hawkinson.
people think of Allen Robinson going to the Rams? I'm like, I personally, I'm like,
I think
cares?
he's going to have a renaissance. Personally.
No.
I think he's going to have a
wouldn't.
renaissance.
I'm not getting it.
Nah. It's okay. The Bears are the Bears, but not everything is the Bears.
I'm going to stick to what I said about Michael Thomas. So I'm going to pick Michael Thomas. So
Okay, Michael Thomas with 512, correct?
Taj is currently having the best NFL draft of 2020.
Taj actually has a great squad.
first of
right
all,
now.
you're funny. Of 2020, these are some names that like. I mean,
Aaron Jones. Yeah, I guess so. You're right.
I still like Aaron Jones. I like AJ Dillon, but I feel like Aaron Jones all gets a lot of the touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with, like, in the PPR league, he's the catching. Right?
What?
I think after Taj goes, we should just look at see which computer team is the best computer team too at this moment.
I'm going to take a look right now.
See, this is like when like we get to like.
Because Team 3, tell you what, Team 3 ain't bad.
Team 3 is going crazy right now.
Team 3
Jonathan
is
Taylor
not bad.
somehow fell to Team 3.
I like Team 4. Team 4 is Eckler, Andrews, Fournette, Moore, and Burrow. I kind of like that.
Tyreek, Kittle, Sutton, Brown, and Jonathan Taylor. I don't know, buddy.
Team 3 might win the ship. if he's drafting like how he's drafting right now.
Team 3's going crazy.
Who you feeling for 6-1, Taj?
Taji.
Team 11 ain't bad either.
Taji
Nico.
baby.
Taji baby.
They only said that because this lady said that at the witness. I was like, what's going on here?
Team 10's going crazy with the running backs.
Oh, yeah, they got
Joe
4
Mixon,
running backs.
DeAndre Swift, David
Team
Montgomery,
10's
Travis
out of their
Etienne.
Team 10's out of their
Amari
mind.
Cooper is their wide receiver
Mixon, Swift, Montgomery, Etienne. Cooper.
Right
That's
now,
crazy.
Team 3 and Team 11. Team 11. I like Team 11's a lot, to be honest with you. I don't
Team
like
11
Cam
has a lot of
Akers.
potential.
one. Team 11 set on receivers.
This is the hard part. Like,
Still got some quarterbacks up there.
Yeah, I think
Kyler
we're-
I know what's up there.
Jalen Hurts.
Like, I feel like
Pick Miles
I feel
Sanders.
I feel like I can go back one more time and get like somebody else as far as like another weapon.
Damian Harris.
All right, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go. All right, so I just feel like because he's a wide receiver 1, I'm gonna pick him, and he's like in the past he's always put like up at least 10 or 11 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Brandon Cooks.
Oh,
Brandon Cooks is a solid receiver.
that is not who I expected you to choose.
Who you thought I was gonna choose?
I actually thought you were going to take Amon St. Brown.
First of all, I hate Jared Goff. All right, so I've been telling people since 2018 that this dude is not as good as people think. he
Yeah,
is.
Jared Goff sucks, but man, that's true. I guess I can't even argue that. Yeah, Jared Goff.
I've been saying this for a long time.
Just speaking of bad quarterbacks, did anybody watch the top 100 the other day?
No.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, Mac Jones is ahead of
85.
Von Miller.
Wait.
He's 85.
At 98, they do Kirk Cousins, and their intro to Kirk Cousins is, "We know you think he shouldn't be here, but let us tell you why he deserves it."
That's crazy.
It was so insulting.
I have a friend. They both know him.
Dexter.
He's Dexter. He's a big Vikings fan, and we like had like a little bit of a spat on on Facebook. You were like arguing back and forth of like why Kirk Cousins, because people just feel the need to like just defend him so much, and I'm the total opposite. I'm like, this dude is not it, because of like, oh, he puts up great individual numbers, and then he was saying that he felt like our past coach did not believe in him, so they didn't put him in good situations, and then I was like, I looked at his like his record, and it was like 54-1, and that's his like overall record, and I'm like, my biggest thing is I always say he's a loser. He's not a winner.
The best thing that's ever happened to Kirk Cousins' career is that he was drafted after what's his name? Robert Griffin III to the same team.
Yeah.
And Robert Griffin's downfall, just sudden horrible downfall, and how Kirk Cousins didn't let that team fall apart right away, made Kirk Cousins look so much better than he actually is.
Sean, I just want to ask you a real question here. is he a winner?
No.
Thank you.
He's just he looks like a guy who can carry a team. When in reality, Robert Griffin had him all the way up here, and then the downfall came all the way down. Cousins didn't bring them all the way back. He just brought them from not as bad as they thought they would be. That's not impressive.
I can't get with the train. I've seen enough.
He's
of
like Drew Bledsoe
in 4 years.
That's what he reminds me of.
Sean, you got 2.5 minutes.
Oh, I'm
left.
sorry. I'm
No,
right.
you're good.
What was that thing that they said about Kirk Cousins? It was like I seen a TikTok. It was like Kirk Cousins, and they were like, "There's a bunch of Kirk Cousins in the league." It was like Kirk Cousins, and it was like Mac Jones. He was like a little bit young Kirk Cousins, and then they were like, Ryan Tannehill. It was like Kirk Cousins' cousin.
Kirk Cousins' cousins.
It was a really funny one.
Dalton Schultz and Kyler Murray were taken by the computers.
Yeah, I was going to take Dalton Schultz, too.
Sean's looking at Allen Robinson, T.J. Hawkinson, CEH, Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Dillon, Jalen Hurts.
Do you guys usually go by do you go based like off of rankings? Like
I have my own rankings.
I mean, like, when you go to all, I usually never look at all. I'm usually, like, if I want a running back, I'm going just straight to running backs. I'm looking for a wide receiver, I just go to wide receiver.
It all depends on your
I only go to
never-
all.
I
at the
never go
end
to all.
if I need like a best player available.
Yeah, I never look at best player available.
I think I'm going to take him. Just
Hawkinson.
because,
T.J. Hawkinson.
let's go back to you saying how bad Jared Goff is. Bad quarterbacks throw to tight ends a lot.
Yeah, because they got to check it down.
Yeah. Tua throws to Gesicki like crazy.
Let me just throw it down 5 yards.
So Chris went Darnell Mooney at 6'5". Team 7 went Miles Sanders. Thank you for getting Miles Sanders
Oh
off the
my
board.
God.
Miles Sanders is probably the riskiest draft pick.
The most
in fantasy.
overrated player in fantasy
Yes.
football.
Please get Miles Sanders.
Where's the hate coming from Miles?
Miles Sanders is just not. He's just not reliable.
He's never been reliable.
I don't know. I've never been a Miles Sanders. I drafted him 1 year and I highly regretted it. It was just. He's just. I don't know. They like to do the running back carousel.
I would rather draft LeGarrette Blount, who's not even in the league anymore.
First of all, touchdown king right
Miles
there. Let's get some straight.
Just in case somebody from the Eagles gets hurt and Blount makes a comeback.
Oh, you get Jared Jahi back.
Nico's at 6'7".
So
What
here
you
I
doing,
am.
Nico?
I got Delvin Cook, Deebo Samuel, Zeke Elliott, Darren Waller, and Marquise Brown.
Real quick.
So I could go. I could go flex in either direction. Right now, I don't even know who else will be running the ball in Kansas City. So I'm looking down CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Okay. Speaking of running backs, old running backs, I seen recently, that Adrian Peterson and
Was it Le'Veon Bell?
Le'Veon Bell are gonna fight each other, right?
Yeah, Frank Gore fought in his first boxing match the other day.
So I just
Didn't
thought
he
it was
get
funny.
smoked?
I thought
No, he
it was
knocked the
won?
dude down. Knocked the dude out.
yeah.
Oh, so he smoked the other dude.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny because Le'Veon Bell was like, "Oh, nah, I'm gonna be focusing." He was like, "I'm gonna focus on doing my boxing." He was like, "I don't think I'm gonna return to the NFL." And I was like, "Who is getting it?
Who's calling him?
Who's calling
No one.
Le'Veon Bell to the football?"
These football dudes make no sense, right? Like, if you've played football your whole life, I don't care if you're a running back. I don't care. You had to learn how to tackle at one point. Why wouldn't you go to the UFC instead of going to boxing?
That is a hard thing to do.
Oh, it's very
It's
hard.
super hard.
But these are extreme athletes we're talking about.
I know, but like when you think about because that's two whole different things. Wrestling, most of them are wrestling and or jiu-jitsu based,
Right.
or boxing. So like they usually have something before they even come into the UFC.
True.
They know something about like actual, and then they transition and do learn other different things.
True. I agree with you, but I will say that I feel like a football player can learn jiu-jitsu, can learn the
I'm not saying
basics,
they
and then
can.
expand. It's a harder thing to do, but I feel like it transitions better eventually.
I don't want to hear. I know he like obviously played football and then he did wrestling. But
Say it.
Brock Lesnar, I know, but hear me out. The only thing about that, when you play in the UFC, heavyweights are totally different than anybody else.
Not many heavyweights wrestle.
Yeah.
It's literally just bombs. It's bombs like
crazy. But some of them do. They do like he actually did wrestle, but like some of them don't. Like they're not usually like the most technical type of people. They're not. They're usually not.
With pick number 6'8", I'm gonna go with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh.
There it is.
I was gonna go Allen Robinson right there, but I don't know why, but I'm just looking at Amon-Ra, and I just thought he had a really good season last year.
You believe in Jericho.
That's 2
I'm
Lions
sorry.
players
Wrong with
in
you.
1 round. All
And
right.
then I'm back here. And you want to know who I'm gonna go?
So I've just adjusted to keep the clock moving. We're in round 7. I just moved the time down from 5 minutes to 3 minutes
Fair point.
as we go rapidly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna start
The
going
back
quicker.
half of the draft.
As little young dub babies usually say, let's go.
I'm gonna go with a guy who I've always hated. Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
That's a good
With
quarterback
Russell Wilson
there.
on the board, Prescott was on the board. I wanted a quarterback. I missed out on some of the guys like Hurts and Jalen Hurts just went. We got Bateman, London, Thielen all just went.
I thought I can get Jalen Hurts on the way back. Ah, damn it. I thought I could get Jalen Hurts on the way back. I was like, yeah, you know what? I think I can get him on the way back.
Yeah, I got Brady. And Nico's back on the clock here
So
at
I'm
7-6.
staring down the barrel right here. The rest of the quarterbacks are starting to move. Broncos country, let's ride. Give me Russ.
Nuts.
Danger
You're
Russell Wilson.
nuts.
Give me Russ.
Kenneth Walker just went with
You
7-7.
took Russell Wilson over Aaron Rodgers? Are you
Who's he
out
gonna
of
throw
your
to?
mind?
Who's Aaron Rodgers
It's
going to throw to?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's going to start seeing like 6 of the same players
Who
on the
knew
field.
who
based off
Devontae Adams
his,
was? Devontae Adams didn't make Aaron Rodgers, all right? Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
made
Aaron
That's a
Rodgers-
fair point,
Aaron
but
Rodgers
who's he
had
gonna throw the
Jordy
ball to?
Nelson and
MVS is gone.
Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson
it.
leaves. Randall Cobb leaves, keeps it moving. Jordy Nelson leaves, keeps it moving.
Donald Driver leaves, keeps
Keeps
it
it
moving.
moving. We're still going.
Greg Jennings.
On a broken leg, Greg Jennings.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's the
it's so
craziest
crazy
video.
that I know all these receivers and I'm a Vikings fan because I've seen them just destroy my team so many times.
Chris just went Gabe Davis with pick 7-8.
7-8. That's a very interesting pick. That's
And it's
very,
and
very
He's kind of polarizing in fantasy because we don't really know his potential. He capped it off at
This is
4 touchdown, 200-yard game in the playoffs, but we don't know how regularly we're
I
going to.
feel like he's about to elevate his game, especially just because there needed to be a player. They needed.
Backing up my talk.
I was gonna get him.
Backing
if he
up
didn't
my
get him.
talk.
I was
Aaron
gonna get him.
Rodgers at 7-9 to Sean.
So Gabe Davis, I just feel like you guys needed a player to step up as far as like the opposite of Diggs because Diggs gets he gets doubled, he gets a lot of traffic towards him. So I feel like you need somebody to be like, all right, like I gotta cover him as serious as I'm covering him. So
One of the best things I ever did was in my fantasy. We had to pick rookies, and you're allowed to stash them on your practice squad. And if you stash them at the end of the year, you get to keep them in the following year, but they have to be elevated to your roster. And Gabe Davis was stashed on my practice squad.
There you go.
And so I didn't even have to draft him, and I felt like I got a WR3 for free. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was great.
So we have Tony Pollard going at 7-10, and then we have the suspended Arizona receiver DeAndre Hopkins going to team 11. So here we go to Taj.
Real quick. Chris Carter, he retired, right?
Chris Carson.
Chris
retired.
Carter.
Yeah, he retired.
Chris Carter.
I'm sorry, Carson. Chris Carson.
Chris Carson
retired.
is
Yeah,
retired.
Oh, so he retired. I don't even
Chris
know
Carter was 20 years
who
ago.
was the backup. Oh, well, I know Alfred Penny is obviously, but
No, it's Kenneth Walker.
It's Penny and Walker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kenneth
okay,
Walker the third,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, the third.
Taj needs a running back. He's looking.
Man. Should I get
He's got
Spiller?
Kareem Hunt and
Dude, I'm telling you, Isaiah
Should I get
Spiller.
Spiller.
Everybody's been saying Isaiah Spiller is low key, could be a touchdown hawk for the Chargers this year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with who we have on the board, I mean, Hunt, Patterson, Singletary, Penny, Edmonds, Cook. Those are top 5 on the board, but you obviously can go outside of the top 5.
I think I gotta get a quarterback, obviously, because you guys are just like.
It's getting slim pickings for
Once the quarterback run goes, it goes. That's how I feel with defense too. Defense is the
I'm
same.
gonna get Mr. Slingett.
Dak Prescott.
That's a good fantasy quarterback.
When
He's
healthy.
gonna throw
Mr. Slingett.
fair.
And then, as my third running back, I think I'm just gonna sit there and get. I think he might be early traded, so I'm gonna go with Kareem Hunt.
Cool. That's a good pick.
We have
I like that pick.
Cordell Patterson and Hunter Renfrow going 8-2 and 8-3. So
Cordell
Sean,
Patterson.
you're up at 8-4.
Cordell Patterson.
This is interesting.
I'm still without a tight end, so this
is where your homework kind of comes in.
Yeah, the homework is gonna. Ugh.
All right, I'm gonna make this pick, and I will back it up after I make it. But I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Ooh."
Let's see it. James Cook, Bills rookie running back. Okay, I mean he's suspected. Expected to be the Bills' pass-catching running back. He's going to be a force catching the ball. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's a good pick right there.
He actually has better hands than his brother, and he's actually faster than his brother.
I think he is going to have the easiest path to winning offensive rookie of the year. He's on one of the best teams, and I think he's going to be used in the best way.
It's just a lot of weapons, though. It's really hard to be.
But the one thing Josh has never had
is a good running back.
Not even a good running back, because I will say there were times when Devin Singletary was on, he pounded the ball. But he's never had a running back where it's like, I'm going to dump the ball to you, and you're going to be gone.
Yeah, he's a gone player. Yeah.
He's never, and I mean, he had Shady at the end of his career, but it was the end of Shady's career. And then he had, Singletary's not a top speed guy. Moss, we all know Zach Moss is not a top speed guy. So James Cook comes in, and I think that's really what Josh Allen likes, because they like to throw those screens. We threw a lot of screens in that preseason game, I saw.
Yeah, I peeped.
So we have James Cook that was taken by Sean. Then we have Chase Edmonds, who was going to be my pick.
Okay, that's to Chris.
And then Matthew Stafford went to Team 7. So now I am kind of staring down the barrel.
Yeah, when you get to them 12-man leagues, man, it gets real. It gets
interesting.
A little scary. It gets scary in a dynasty league. I just did a dynasty league, and it was pretty. Dude, I was picking like some backups.
Oh yeah.
Who you going, Nico?
I'm looking, and there's really not much, especially for what I need.
If you take my pick here, I might scream.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna guess.
There's one player that's just staring.
Oh, I know who
down
Nico's
the
gonna
board
pick
right now.
Please don't do it.
Good
do
wide
it,
receiver,
Nico.
Devontae Smith. I don't know if that's what you guys thought that I was gonna pick.
I thought you were picking Knox.
I already have a tight end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have.
I have Waller.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna go. I'm already set at receiver. I have 4 good receivers that I like. I'm gonna. Depending on, you guys might call this a reach, might call this, we'll see a fair drafting, but I'm going Dawson Knox, Bills tight end.
You needed a tight end.
I needed a tight end.
Needed one.
That one right there.
I didn't. Zach Ertz scares me a little bit. Who else? Gesicki's up there, but I like my guy Knox, man. I like
the
Knox.
number 1 quarterback's best friend. You can never be wrong on that.
He was position number 7 in his last year.
So quick recap: Devin Singletary, Treylon Burks, Elijah Moore, Zach Ertz, Rashad Penny, Brandon Ayuk, Tyler Lockett, and Allen Lazard all went.
All right, and I'm back up, and so now all my starters are drafted. So now I'm going to be picking some backups, and I'm going to go. All right, I'm going to go with my man, Patriots running back, Ramondre Stevenson, because Damian Harrison is being shopped by the Patriots.
Damian Harris is on the trade block.
He's on the trade block, and the next guy up is Stevenson, and then I think they might have like a J.J. Taylor. I think he's there too, so go Ramondre.
Patriots running backs have always been so interesting.
Yeah, they're a very interesting group. It's very interesting how they...
It's too... You know what? And sometimes I get to a point where I'm like, do I want to deal with this, just the frustration certain organizations give you as a fantasy owner? Like, I always try and stay away from Chargers receivers and Patriots
Detroit running backs. Detroit running backs.
Because Chargers receivers, Allen and Williams would get injured like crazy, and then running backs on the Patriots, you never can trust who's going to be up.
Yeah, they'll have an undrafted guy from like
Cal State.
Cal State, like, oh yeah, he's a starter now, and then he goes and runs over and has a 100-yard game.
Now and then, it's like Houston everything.
Yeah, Houston, it's like, it's so hard. I don't even know. The only person on Houston you can really start is like, what, Brandon Cooks?
Yeah.
That's about it.
And that's my third wide receiver.
Maybe like if you have a 2-quarterback league, you start like a Davis Mills. Davis Mills, yeah. No slander over here.
Davis Mills.
I'm sitting here at 9-6. I don't have much really to work with. You know, this is usually that time where you start to look at rookies. You start to make.
Go get him.
See, I don't know. What I also really
look
like.
at this quarterback.
I really like this player. This player really interests me in Jacksonville because he's getting paid number
Way
one
too
receiver
much.
money.
He's getting
Christian
Don't-
the Kirk.
Oh,
He's getting paid way too much money.
And then
So we have a brand new head coach in Jacksonville. We have Trevor Lawrence, who I'm gonna knock off all of last season.
Yeah, because the coach.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Because of
understand
Urban
that.
Meyer. So, let's take a look at Trevor Wilson.
Trevor
Lawrence
Wilson.
coming out of college. And
He was that dude.
he was the best prospect since Andrew Luck.
Dog.
So,
He was
you know,
something.
give him a wide receiver one now. I mean, they're paying him as a wide receiver one, so they're going to use him as a wide receiver one.
You can pay me
Let's
as
see
a
what-
wide receiver one. It doesn't make me a wide receiver one, bro.
He got paid more than
Christian
Debo
Kirk
Samuel,
was the fourth wide receiver on Arizona. Arizona traded for other receivers while Christian Kirk was on the team.
He got paid more than Debo Samuels, right? Per year.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk saved me in a couple fantasy games, so I'm going to pay it back right now.
Oh, you're crazy.
We have Jasicki going at 9-7 to the CPU. We have Chris going New Orleans, rookie receiver Olave.
I was looking at Chris Olave.
Bob Trees.
Bob Trees, Robert Woods of
Woods.
Tennessee.
That's right.
We have Trey Lance going.
So Team 10 just now took their second quarterback.
Team 10 as well.
yeah, what the heck?
Team 10 went with Trey Lance.
Hey, sleeper. Whoever's computer generating these,
Told
we
you.
need to have a conversation.
Told you.
And then
It's so
Garrett Wilson
funny.
went to Team 11.
I told
Yeah.
you. It's so
Why they picked two quarterbacks in the first nine? First two quarterbacks in the first 9
Hey
picks.
Team 10. This ain't a 2 QB league.
It's not. So we have Taj up back-to-back picks. Yeah, Garrett Wilson, as you said, just went.
It's a great pick for Team 11. Go Team 11. Good
Yeah.
job, Team 11.
I mean, I talked about him already. I think I like him as a player. You know, he's a fast player, and I don't. But the quarterback that he has, I think Sky Moore will be interesting. So I'll pick him as my fourth wide receiver. I think he's my fourth wide receiver. Yeah, he's my fourth wide receiver.
Here's my thing when you have like wide receiver and when you're drafting running backs and wide receivers, once you have your starters, it doesn't matter your
And then
blend.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be
See,
because I believe in him. Because I believe what you
He
said.
took Sky Moore, the rookie,
And I'm going to get another rookie.
oh,
and Isaiah Spiller.
I'm telling you.
And that's
All
my
right.
and
I
that's my
appreciate
that's
that.
my fourth running back
I
as well.
appreciate
Spiller. And then Chase Claypool just went to Team 11, and then Melvin Gordon went to 10-3.
Melvin Gordon was hanging there for a while.
I thought I was gonna get Chase Claypool. Then I really thought about that quarterback situation, and I was like, you know what? Never mind.
So we have Sean up at 10-4. Yeah, Sean, Chris, Team 7, Nico, me.
I drafted two rookies back to back.
I mean, listen, man. It might work out in your favor.
You really did. You
Those
never know.
are two. The AFC West is going to be a very competitive division, and those offenses are going to be going crazy.
High powered
offenses. So yeah, Moore and Spiller aren't bad picks there. I thought, good for you, Taj.
You know what? Thank you.
Who we going at 10-4, Sean?
All right, I'm gonna pick this guy because of the hype that I've heard.
Yeah,
about
you're
him.
gonna take my guy.
And
You're gonna take my guy right
I
here.
probably am. I've a couple of my buddies took him way earlier than I thought in our dynasty, so I'm gonna take him.
Yep, you took my guy.
Yeah.
Because-
Which I was thinking at round 10, it's a little bit of a
Pierce.
reach, but with the amount of hype, and I mean, who's gonna stop
Everybody
him?
keeps
Who's
calling
gonna stop him
him.
in the backfield?
Everybody.
I mean, honestly, with Davis Mills being his quarterback, it's just like you're getting
You're gonna get your
a lot out.
touches.
You're gonna get a lot. Of
they have a
touches.
decent line.
Whether they put him in the
I mean, Davis Mills. I mean,
The GOAT.
no slander
Go!
here. No slander here. I'm just saying that you don't have the strongest of quarterbacks.
The Houston guys
Fair.
called him Arian Foster Jr. in their preseason.
That's bold because Aaron
That's-
Foster was that guy.
I know. That's the type of like hype this kid's getting. I don't know if he deserves it because God, is Houston going to be bad? But hey,
Exactly, but like it's always nice when when you have a bad team, it's always somebody that sticks out and does very well on that team.
That's what I try and make my fantasy starters always, or my fantasy backups. I'm always going to the worst teams and picking their
the
best
player,
players.
because like you just never know. Like when Kenny Galladay was on Detroit, it was like this dude is going to put up numbers.
Yeah.
So Chris went Pat Freiermuth with his 10-5. Kadarius Toney went to Team 7.
Dang it. I like
So,
Kadarius Toney, man.
Now I'm sitting here.
Who can throw
Round
the ball is the
10.
question.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the
Nico.
best handcuff in the league and go with Alexander Madison just because I already have Delvin Cook.
There's
Got
no
that
way you
insurance
just
policy.
called Alexander Madison the best handcuffed in the league.
Oh, yeah, behind Delvin Cook? Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Wait, you called him what?
Who's your handcuff?
Naheem Hines is better.
You
than-
think so?
Yes.
That's
I don't know. Anytime, like
I don't know about
it's,
that.
it's funny.
100%.
If I gotta be honest, being a Minnesota, anytime Delvin Cook is hurt, Madison, it's almost like he didn't leave. Like it's almost like Darren Cook didn't even like he hurt. Then Madison, I can have a 200-yard game. He's done that before multiple times.
Every time that Delvin Cook goes down, Alexander Madison has an RB1 game.
Again, that's not a bad argument, but Naheem Hines can come into every game, even when Jonathan Taylor isn't hurt, and still
Yeah,
put
he
up.
can catch the ball and
He
put up
puts
6
up-
points for a game.
No,
I mean, sure.
no, he
Yeah.
puts up good numbers every time he comes in. Maybe not great
I'll
fantasy
go
numbers.
3 catches for 35. Yeah, and
But you're banking on Madison for when Dalvin Cook gets hurt.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. When he like obviously when they can still be a 1-2 punch because there's times where Delvin Cook is.
I
just
mean, I'm not
playing.
playing Alexander Madison if Delvin Cook.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
In
not
NFL
for the
terms,
sake.
yes.
You
for the
can
sake of-
play Naheem Hines.
So I'm not arguing
when
with you
Jonathan
against-
Taylor's in the lineup. You
Naheem
can't
Hines as a
with
player
Madison.
is a great
Wait,
player.
you would play him? You would play him?
If you
in fantasy?
if you were strapped, say you're strapped, right? There's a bunch of bye weeks. You got a flex option. You have the choice between Madison and Hines, but Cook and Taylor are both playing in their game. Who are you picking?
the waiver wire.
this is me too.
No waiver wire. You have to pick one or the
Oh
other.
my god!
I simply wouldn't be in that situation.
Nah, really, that's a tough situation.
You want to know who I'm gonna pick? I'm gonna go your guy.
There you go.
I'm gonna go Naheem Hines with
All right.
10-8. Because I'm just sitting here. There's Carter.
Is Marlon Mack still?
There's James Robinson.
Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
He plays for Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just
Dameon
had.
Pierce is going to run over him.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
We just had. So I picked Hines. Robinson just went. Carr just went. Derek Carr. Michael Carter. Cole Kmet. Kirk Cousins. Russell
And our
Gage.
first kicker,
First
off the
kicker
board.
at 11-3 to Team 3.
Wow,
And then
Team 3.
yeah, Tyler Boyd just went 11-4.
Justin
So
Tucker.
here I am at. I'm gonna go.
So is Justin Tucker the best kicker of all time now? Is it official?
He's up.
Gotta be.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna double down on another running back because I like.
Fifth running back. Let's see what he goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Darrell Henderson. I'm gonna go Darrell Henderson on 11-5 because Cam Akers might be a little shaky this year because he's coming back.
You think he's gonna get hurt?
I mean, he did come back last year,
Pick
but
11, that's good value.
yeah, at the end
That's
of
good
the-
value.
He did come back at the end of the year.
he came back for the postseason but didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be that guy. The first domino is going to start to fall. Give me Bills D.
I knew you.
Oh.
I knew you would. And you had to scroll like
Can I
five people down to get Bills D.
Can I take the Bills backups, D? Because holy.
We have another kicker off the board. We have Evan McPherson of the Bengals.
Computers,
going
get your shit
11-7.
together. All right, I gotta say it like
Hey,
that. I'm
first of all,
sorry.
sorry, no cursing. all
I'm
right?
sorry, but computer, what are we doing here? We're
your-
trying to have a
another kicker.
legit. We're
Another
trying to have a
kicker off the
legit
board.
draft
Get
here.
your
computer.
It's okay. No,
Together.
Chris went Tyler Bass. So
Chris
now the
just went
kickers
Tyler
are.
Bass.
Now the.
All right, well, you're a bot, Chris. All right, you're an absolute bot. It's
see
the
about work
8th
tomorrow.
round, 9th round. What is this?
We're at 11.
You pick kickers in the pickup pile when the draft is done.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
pick, I'm gonna pick kicker defense right back to back.
Gosh, what are we doing here?
Hey man, Albert O is sitting right there. I like Albert O.
Young Huku.
Young Hui Koo. Ooh, Lord.
Right.
That boy, Young Ho.
Tyler Alligator's sitting right there too. Tyler Alligator.
Did you say alligator?
Tyler Alligator.
Is that what they're calling him?
I don't know.
What is Marvin Vatland Scanlon? What is he like? Third,
No,
Nice.
fourth?
Two.
He's
the
two.
second.
MV, yeah, he is.
He's Devontae Adams now.
yeah.
Oh, no, wait, no, he's not even.
No, he's
Or
he's
he's
in
Tyreek
KC.
Hill now.
They plays. Yeah, he
Tyreek
plays-
Hill now.
It's Juju, Sky Moore and Valdez-Scantling. You probably flip-flop Valdez-Scantling.
They said Tyreek Hill his spot is being replaced by Valdez-Scantling and
Mecole Hardman.
Oh, Mecole Hardman's probably Mecole Hardman's up there too.
Okay. Whatever.
I have an interest.
I think I
gotta make a pick because I know the computers are just gonna eat it all. So
Yeah, you don't know what these computers are gonna do.
Chargers D.
Please don't pick my person.
Yep.
Alberto and Tampa Bay defense.
So I'm gonna
Team
pick
10.
because I don't remember you. I don't know if you, what I had when we did our podcast episode. I said that I think he's gonna be a good player. I'm going with Christian Watson.
Christian Watson.
All right.
That's 11-12.
Christian Watson.
So I'm backing up what I said.
He might
Just
might
taken
be
off the
receiver number two.
physically unable to perform list yesterday.
Yeah.
He's getting thrown to by a pretty good guy. So
Yeah.
That's,
not in reality good guy, but a good player.
The guy who does mushroom tea or whatever he does.
Ayahuasca.
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 Yeah, he tripped for 24 hours.
Which is legal by the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that was fine.
Yeah, but if you smoke weed,
But
you
a
will
little
actually
joint,
go to the
nope.
electric chair.
Yeah.
So
Joint goes right to the gulag.
that's
Yeah,
right.
joint, you go to the gulag. Ayahuasca, yeah, you're fine.
Roger Goodell. What a guy.
What a guy. San Francisco defense by Taj. We have Hunter Henry.
San Francisco's D.
Harrison Butker going.
I can always bet on them getting some sacks.
San Francisco's D. I mean, that was I was flipping on San Francisco or the Chargers, and I just thought the Chargers back end.
Either or.
Chargers safeties are so good.
Yeah.
And now they have J.C. Jackson, who, as long as he's not on Steph Diggs, he's pretty good.
But yeah, like we were talking before, we said it's gonna be like a lot of high power games. So like,
Yeah.
especially in that division. So like it can go against you. You know what I mean? As far as like your defense.
I
goes.
think that's why I don't know about you guys. Do you guys take a defensive bench, or do you guys just flip on your? Do you pick them up on your bye week and then
I
drop
usually
them?
Depends
usually
on
do that.
what defense I got.
Yep.
Well, yeah, like
I'll
really-
draft a defense if
yeah,
they're
it
hot.
really, yeah,
I'm gonna keep them.
It really depends on like the league that I'm in.
Yeah.
So some people like they're like really.
Sometimes defense
big.
can make or break
Yeah,
games.
because I remember when Patriots was like an actual player.
Oh,
they were
yeah.
getting 21
30
They
points.
were
In
at-
my one fantasy, you can flex D.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so I used to
crazy.
play 2 defenses a week sometimes because it was just I
If you
had the
had
Bills.
two good defenses.
I had the
then yeah.
Bills and the Patriots, so I was just
It's
flexing.
like, are you gonna take Patriots defense or are you gonna take
Let me get these 21 points.
Right.
Valdez Scantling?
Easily.
We have Sean. You have a minute 40.
All
You're
right.
at 12-4. Harrison Butker just went.
I would rather die than pick a kicker in the draft, unless I'm forced. But all right,
That's a big statement.
I'd rather pick a punter than a kicker.
Matt Ariza.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But God.
What time are you at?
We
6:45.
are. Yeah. Hope everyone listening loves long episodes because
yeah.
we're at
Yeah, this-
116.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like,
Hey, longer is better.
yeah, I'm sitting there like, I think
We beat last episode was actually our longest, and then we're gonna.
Oh, I know who I'm
we
picking.
beat
I
it
know
again
who I'm
today.
picking.
Yeah, with a mock draft though, people that are gonna listen in on a whole episode of a mock draft, they're gonna listen to the whole thing. They
I
like
hope you
that.
guys like seeing these faces. All right.
Yeah, we're all nice looking gentlemen. You know, come on.
I'm old. You guys are young kids.
Hey man, age is just a number.
Age is
you're
just
you're a
a
handsome
number.
fella.
There it is. My wife will be happy about that.
If you're watching this, he's a handsome
Oh,
fella.
I'm backing it up. I'm backing it up again. Let's
Julio
go.
Jones.
I'm backing it up again.
So he's sitting there in the 12th round. I mean, this is the round for those Flyers.
I know.
You're going to take a chance on a guy. Julio Jones might be a
I
league
told
winner
you.
come down the
told
stretch.
you that people have been picking him like third, just very low.
Man, because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin they constantly miss 3-4 games each. It feels.
Is AJ Green still on the team?
He's
No.
he might be still on
I think he's in
Arizona.
Arizona
maybe?
still.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Let me see if I could just. Like,
So
find
Chris
him.
looked
went,
it up.
Tyler Algier,
Tyler Alligator.
AJ Green was like
Team
my
7
guy
went
at one
MVS.
point.
I'll tell you what. There's a couple receivers still left that I would love to
I
draft.
told you it's like
There's
wide
some
receivers are
interesting
kind
ones
of
on
deep.
here. And that's the thing. Yeah, you can get some good wide receivers.
Running backs are not deep at all.
Exactly. So
anymore.
that's why you got to make sure you.
That's why I
do your
loaded up.
justice.
Yeah.
Are we going 12-7, Nico? You already got a defense. You
I
know,
already
kicker?
have a defense. You know who I'm going to go with here? I'm going to go with a guy who is currently the wide receiver 1 in Jarvis Landry. They got Jameis Winston throwing the ball.
Honestly,
Is he wide receiver 1? I heard he was wide receiver 4.
I just said Michael Thomas is back.
You got Michael Thomas.
That's true. I didn't think
You
about
got Chris Olave, who they just drafted.
Exactly.
Michael Thomas. Then you got, what's his name, who plays every single position. Pretty sure he plays line sometimes.
Taysom Hill.
You got Taysom Hill. And then you have, there's
Right
another
now,
receiver that they
I'm still
believe
taking
a lot,
Jarvis
too.
Landry
You know, like-
as their wide receiver 2.
I think he might be their slot now. I don't know.
I think
I
he's-
could
That's
be
the
wrong.
thing about
I still
slot
think it's a
guys.
good pick.
It'd be
I still think
fantasy.
it's
It
a
would
good
be
pick.
perfect for
Slot
him
guys
to be
do.
3. It'd be perfect for him to be 3.
I'm gonna go.
I'll never forgive Jarvis Landry, though, so I don't care what happens to him.
Why? What do you do to you personally?
Supposed to sign with the Bills.
I
think.
literally watched Jarvis Landry kill a man and end his career on
never mind.
purpose. And
Well,
will
I
never
mean,
forgive
if you
him.
guys are gonna get mad about anybody not coming to the Bills, it should be Antonio Brown.
Oh, I don't care about them coming to the Bills. When he injured our safety,
Aaron Williams.
Aaron Williams,
Yeah.
that was one of the dirtiest things I've ever seen a guy
Did you
do.
see that play?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
He,
Was he on Miami when he did that?
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
dude, he came across the field, hit Aaron Williams so hard he literally
Crackback block.
crackbacked him, and Aaron Williams was forced to retire. And he was like the heart and soul of our defense for years.
Damn.
Yeah, it was the drought years.
It was on purpose too.
I mean, come on.
No, I'm saying, but like you can hit somebody hard, but you can also hit somebody to injure them.
Yeah.
Like you saw the difference.
Did he hit him high or low?
High, like it was
Very
right to the
high?
head.
Okay.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah, it was like right to the dome.
It went up.
So
Like Pikachu.
Essentially, yes.
We have, so I picked LA Rams defense. So then we have computer going Carlson, Saints D, Gallup, Pickens, Ravens D, Matt Gay, Ronald Jones, Tua Tagovailoa.
Go.
Tua might.
Go. Go Tua. Oh, you got to show me. I'm gonna turn this down real quick. Just,
Before, while they pick, I'm gonna do my pick real quick. While he watches this.
Wow.
Yeah, very dirty hit. I'm gonna go with Patriots kicker Nick Folk.
You
Nick-
were something else for that.
He was a 37-year-old kicker, but he be
hit him
kicking.
so hard.
He was
His
the
head
number
man
2
hurt.
kicker from last year. Number 2 kicker from last year.
Yeah, they kicked a lot because Mac Jones is the truth, though. They kicked a lot.
I don't know if you guys ever talk about this. Every time I think about the Bills, especially like at corner position, or I think you might have been at safety, Fontaine Davis.
Oh, the guy who...
Hey, yo, dog.
Yeah, the guy who...
I'm done.
Hey, yo, dog. I can't do this no more. I'm done, bro.
What did you feel like when that game happened? You're just like, oh,
I was thankful that
What?
he knew how bad he was after the
I'm
first
happy he
two
just pulled
quarters.
himself out, and he
Yeah.
was like, he
was like-
acknowledged how bad he was.
he was like, yeah, but I can't do this.
Yeah, people really gave him a lot, but like honestly, like if you're getting torched as bad as he was, and you have some respect for your like legacy of your career, I'm doing the same thing. Like, I'm like, hell no, this is not going on my highlight tape.
Mid game or end of game.
Mid game, if I'm that bad, did you see him that game?
Yeah.
Oh, he was getting
He couldn't
smoked.
even
Yeah,
turn
I
his
seen it.
hips. I
Yeah.
mean,
It
just
was
get in
like-
a wheelchair at that point.
It was like, what was that? I think he still plays for the league, but that cornerback remember Tariq Hill played when they played. It's like maybe 2 years or last year they played the Bucks, and Tariq had like 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Oh, I
And
know
he
what you're
should have had 4, but he had caught the ball, but they didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
his next name was Davis. I can't
Yes.
remember.
Carlton Davis?
He
He's
got
still-
absolutely 8
It
at
was-
DB.
Yeah, if it's Davis, it's probably Carlton Davis. He's still started.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But he got
Eli
hurt that game.
Apple is also a starter, so we don't need to.
Yeah.
King Eli Apple. So I'm gonna go with a player that is. I tend to draft him late rounds. Mac Jones' favorite target, Jacoby Myers.
Oh, yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
And then we got Rondell Moore going 13-7 to Team 7. So Chris is up at 13-8. Best player available is Irv Smith, Vikings, tight end. How do you feel about that, Taj?
We already talked about Irv Smith. Come on now, we don't sit there and be like, oh yeah, it's going to be a great year for Irv Smith.
Yeah. There's a pick sitting there that I was going to pick like 2 rounds ago.
One of my
He's
favorite
still
players
there.
ever, favorite tight ends ever. Oh, yes, let's go.
And he picked him. He picked him.
Rashad White's a big.
Rashad,
Or no, Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
yeah. Jameson Williams just went. Rashad White
who
went
you
to
about to say?
Tampa.
The tight end
Our boy.
from the Vikings.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Kyle
Come on,
Rudolph?
Kyle
Yeah.
Rudolph. He was that dude.
Yeah,
for a
he
while.
was a
dog.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
Yeah.
Iron
One
Wall.
hit-
I loved
one-hand
the
catches.
Vikings when it was like Rudolph and who's the dude who wore the short jean shorts all the time
Taj is on
with
the
the
clock, by the way, also. Just put that
yeah,
there.
you're
He needs
good.
to-
With he had the mullet. He was the DN there. He was unbelievable.
Jared
Allen?
Yeah, he was a dog. That dude was a dog. Also, Jamison Williams, by the way, I love that pick at that time.
Oh, yeah, 13-9 is great value. Deshaun Watson going 13-11. Very interesting.
You know what? Team 11, I had so much hope for you.
I was going to pick him. Actually.
Really?
He's done for the year. He's not playing.
You don't think he's playing?
They just announced it today on ESPN that it is a lock that he is not playing at all this year. That's according to inside sources to Roger Goodell. He will not let him play this year.
He did complete 1 of 5 passes for 7 yards.
Yeah, we're not missing much.
Yeah, they watched them one game. They're like, yep.
I wonder.
Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay is Taj's first pick, 13-12.
So we're all under the same impression that Deshaun Watson did illegal things, right? Like,
Yes.
we're not denying that.
Yes.
Was he charged of it? No. But here's the question. When somebody crosses the line in hockey, right? When Evander Kane crossed the line
Cole Herbert,
yeah, 14-1.
in regular life, you could tell every time he was playing against other teams, he was getting it worse than any time before in his career. I don't know if I've ever seen in football, even like a Kareem Hunt, right, for his things that he's done, whoever, Ben Roethlisberger. Are guys giving it to somebody, and you might be able to know this because you played college football. Do you guys know when, a guy's going over the line outside of the football realm, and then you play that guy, and it's like, I don't care if you have the ball or not. Like, I'm coming for you.
You just want to. It's punishment.
Oh, you
man.
mean players?
Retaliation.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking like the media.
No. I'm saying there's players with that moral
compass where they're like,
right, like,
yeah, and they're like,
you're gonna play, like nobody's gonna punish you. Okay, I'm gonna punish you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is Deshaun Watson gonna get that?
Nah. Only player that I feel like that should get that kind of hate is what's the backup for
You're on the clock.
Oh,
for Pittsburgh?
Backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph?
Mason Rudolph?
Yeah.
I mean,
not like him.
Really?
I do not like him.
Is that from the?
Yeah.
The Garrett thing?
Yeah. But,
Okay.
I mean, that's my personal thing. Mason Rudolph, if you're watching this, I don't like you. Just want you to know that.
You're also terrible at your job.
Yeah, he's gonna get cut. Maybe we'll see. David Njoku to Sean at 14-4. Jalen Tolbert to Chris at 14-5. Justin Fields 14-6 to the computer at Team 7. We have Nico Nico's 14-7.
I think
14-6
what player got the most hate in the NFL ever, behind Tom Brady, obviously, is Mike Vick.
Oh, Mike Vick was like
He was.
he went
from most love to it was like we don't want to see it.
That's just, and also that was crazy of Mike Vick, right?
Yeah.
Like that was such a I remember. I mean, and I'm older than you guys too. So when Mike Vick got
his cleats.
arrested, it was like, oh, you must have done something stupid. And then they're like, oh, he was training hundreds of dogs to fight each other.
Like, you don't even think of it. Like,
Yeah, but that's that.
Who needs to do that with that kind of money?
That's
Yes,
their
exactly.
culture. Like it's not a good thing at all. I'm not condoning this
It's
at
a
all,
normal
but,
thing.
But it's a super normal thing in
Yeah,
like Virginia and those areas where they're just like they don't even see them as like animals or any kind of even things of life. They're just like.
It's almost like a UFC type deal. Like it's literally like they don't. It's just it's a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a fight.
Yeah.
You know, it's gross, but
It's
it's
like
also a fight.
oh, never mind.
So I'm sitting here at
not going to get too
14-7.
deep over here.
There's a tight end that's still sitting there that I really like.
Don't be
not
Noah
my
fan.
number one.
Please don't be Noah
It's
fan.
Gerald Everett.
Gerald
That's a
Everett.
good pick.
Chargers.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, he's going to be the Chargers' tight end 1, I think, right?
Weren't the Bills in on Gerald Everett
I
for a little
think
bit?
so.
It might have
Yeah, I think they had some interest.
I'm gonna go our guy. We talked about him earlier pre-show. Let's go Mecole Hardman. I'll go Mecole Hardman at 14-8.
If that is that, you picked a kicker too, right?
I did pick a kicker.
You already did. So you have one more player to pick.
Yes, we just had Higbee go by the CPU, Marlon Mack, J.D. McKissick, Young Hui Koo, Devontae Parker, Green Bay D, Jahan Dotson, Indianapolis D. I'm back up, and I'm going to get my backup quarterback, and I'm going to go famous Jameis Winston.
That's a good pick.
At 15-5.
Last pick there, yeah. That's solid. I'm going to finally get my kicker at round 16.
Yeah, me too.
Who do I want?
Don't get who I want.
Also, we're going to share these to our Instagram, and we're going to have a vote to see who has the best looking team as well. So everybody, when you draft, screenshot.
I think computer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure computer 3 beat all of us.
Number 3.
We'll just do the users.
Give me Brandon McManus with my last pick.
Brandon McManus.
Do I have to pick a kicker?
If you want, you don't have to.
I mean, you're gonna have a blank spot when we share our lineups.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right, I'll pick one then.
Yeah, we have Chris.
But I do understand your strategy and just picking one up after the fact.
Yeah, we have Chris going. He's up on right now. We had Denver Broncos D going last pick.
Carl Nassib just signed with the Bucks.
Really?
That's news.
Carl
just now.
Nassib,
From the Raiders.
the D end?
DN from the Raiders.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
How long? 1 year?
1 year deal.
Interesting. Okay. We could probably use
Look at
that.
that. Live news right on the show.
Live news.
Breaking.
Is Saw still on the Bucks?
Become live.
Who?
Ndamukong Suh?
Oh, and
I think so.
I've never liked him.
Unless he's just.
He's got a lot of hate.
yeah, he has a lot of hate towards him.
Remember,
As soon as I seen that kick,
remember Albert Hainsworth?
Albert
He'd
Hainsworth
stomp on dudes' heads and stuff.
He was just a guy who they paid him a dumb amount of money in Washington just for him to go there and be nothing.
He was awful.
Yeah.
He was so
we have Chris going Pittsburgh Steelers defense at 15-8. So
Sean,
your last pick.
I am picking the most athletic player in the NFL, okay? And if you don't know who this guy is, listen to me. If you don't know who this guy is, I want you to Google his name when one of these guys say it, because he is the most athletic-looking NFL player. I want you to Google this guy's name, and then I want you to Google DeForest Buckner. And they both have the same job. They're both NFL players, okay?
I already know who it is. Blankenship. I knew it before you picked it, man. Chark and then Gainwell just went. Taj, you have the last pick in the draft, the Mr. Irrelevant pick.
why is this not showing?
Can we show a picture of Rodrigo Blankenship?
Yeah, he's just, man, but he's not a bad kicker, man. He does his thing.
Hey, Pat believes in him, so I do too.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me this guy's not the towel boy, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
That guy won a raffle to put that on. I don't care what anybody says.
He said him and DeForest Buckner have the same job.
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
With the last pick in the last round, Taj, who are you taking?
I'm just taking Robbie Gould.
Robbie Gould. All right, and that concludes our mock draft, the first ever mock draft on the Big Yak podcast.
I have found the clip for the Yak podcast. Can that be our header for the?
Oh, DK versus DK Metcalf's in NFL, but Roger Blankenship is also both players. That's all I have for you guys today.
You can't even get the whole thing. What do you want me to take, like half?
Screenshot it. It'll pull up.
Or go to the team tab and then screenshot it, and it'll get your whole thing, and then just save the image to your phone. Yeah, screenshot it.
Okay, well, it's not the whole team.
You got to do 2 screenshots, I believe.
And then share, and it has your whole team.
Oh, okay. Got it. I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, we have a slate of preseason games coming up this weekend as well. A couple games like Bills, Broncos, Saints, Packers, and next week we're gonna take a dive and look at them. But also Friday, as of right now, we're slated to have the Merge Fantasy League's first live draft. That's supposed to be Friday, so everybody tune in. And we'll see you guys next week for the next episode of Big Yak. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Taj. Thank you, Tyler. Also, thank you, Moranto. Thank you, BICBP Network and Matt Johnson.
Follow our socials.
Yeah, follow our socials and
let us know who had the best draft.
Taj_Tabers.
Taj_Tapers.
Follow the NU Hockey team.
Don't look at Mike's shirt, but roll perps. All right, roll perps,
hey man,
baby.
Go Bulls.
All right.
Go Bulls.
All right, let's go Vikings.
See you guys later, man.